Meet the mantis shrimp, nature's tiny boxer. In the warm, shallow waters of the Indo-Pacific, tucked into coral crevices and rocky burrows, lives one of nature's most extraordinary hunters. It's flashy, it's fast, and it could punch a hole through your aquarium. Meet the mantis shrimp, a tiny crustacean with superpowers. Despite the name, it's not actually a shrimp. It's a stomatopod, an ancient lineage of marine predators. Some grow no longer than 10 centimeters, but don't let size fool you. These animals are packing the fastest strike in the animal kingdom. Armed with specialized appendages called raptorial clubs, the mantis shrimp punches at over 80 kilometers per hour, accelerating faster than a .22 caliber bullet. The impact can reach 1,500 newtons, strong enough to crack shells, stun prey, and even break glass. And get this, it punches so fast it boils the water around it. The strike creates cavitation bubbles that collapse in a tiny explosion, releasing heat, light, and a second shockwave. That's right, it punches twice in a single blow. And those wild-looking eyes? They can detect polarized light and see a color spectrum that includes ultraviolet, with up to 12 photoreceptor types. In other words, they can see things we can't even comprehend, while punching faster than we can blink. So while it may be small, the mantis shrimp is one of the ocean's most hardcore predators.
Meet the shoebill, a bird so intense, it looks like it's judging your entire life. Standing up to 5 feet tall with a massive, shoe-shaped beak, the shoebill isn't just about looks. That beak? It's a deadly trap, capable of crushing lungfish, eels, even baby crocodiles. It hunts by standing perfectly still in swampy waters, staring for minutes, even hours, without moving. And when the time is right, snap. Dinner's served. Shoebills are solitary, silent, and famously unbothered by humans. Their slow-motion stare and prehistoric vibe have made them internet legends, but in the wild, they're rare and vulnerable. With wetlands shrinking, this living dinosaur is under threat. But with protection, the shoebill might just keep silently stalking the swamps for generations to come.
Meet the fossa, Madagascar's apex predator that looks like a cat, climbs like a monkey, and hunts like a boss. Despite looking feline, the fossa is actually more closely related to mongooses. With a long, muscular body, sharp claws, and a tail almost as long as its body, this agile hunter dominates the forests of Madagascar. Lemurs. The fossa's favorite meal. It can chase them through the treetops with ease, leaping from branch to branch in total silence. But for all its hunting skills, the fossa is a ghost in its own land, shy, elusive, and rarely seen. It's also in danger, as deforestation and habitat loss threaten its future. The fossa may not be famous, but it's one of the most efficient and fascinating predators you've never. Meet the saiga antelope, the animal with a face straight out of science fiction. With its oversized, flexible nose, the saiga doesn't just look unusual, it's built for survival. That big snoot acts like a built-in air filter, keeping dust out during dry summers and warming icy air during brutal winters on the Eurasian steppes. Saigas are fast runners, built for speed across open grasslands, and migrate in huge herds, or at least, they used to. Once widespread, saiga populations have plummeted due to poaching, habitat loss, and disease outbreaks. But there's hope. Conservation groups and local communities are working hard to bring the saiga back from the brink. And that weird nose. It might just become a symbol of resilience.
Meet the platypus, one of the most bizarre creatures you'll ever encounter. Native to Australia, this egg-laying mammal has the bill of a duck, the body of an otter, and the tail of a beaver. It's no wonder people once thought it was a hoax when it was first discovered. The platypus is a semi-aquatic animal, spending much of its time in rivers and streams, where it hunts for food like insects, small fish, and crustaceans. It uses its bill to detect electric fields created by the movement of prey, a unique skill that no other mammal shares. In addition to its strange appearance, the platypus has some other extraordinary traits. The males have venomous spurs on their hind legs, used for defense during fights with rivals. And just like birds, the female platypus lays eggs, which is incredibly rare for mammals. Despite its unique nature, the platypus faces threats from habitat loss and water pollution, but efforts are underway to protect this iconic creature. Meet the quokka, one of the cutest and most photogenic animals on the planet. This small marsupial is often found on Rottnest Island in Australia, where it spends its days soaking up the sun, casually grazing, and always wearing a smile on its face. The quokka is famous for its cheerful expression, and it always looks like it's grinning. These friendly animals are herbivores, feeding on grass, leaves, and other plants found in their environment. While quokkas are known for their adorable appearance, they are surprisingly social in their behavior. They live in groups and are often not afraid of humans, making them perfect for photos. However, the quokka is not completely safe. Their populations are threatened by the introduction of predators and loss of natural habitat. Thankfully, conservation efforts are being made to help protect these unique creatures. The lionfish looks like it came straight out of a fantasy novel, all stripes, spines, and deadly beauty. But don't let the glamour fool you. This fish is a venomous predator and a serious ecological problem. Native to the Indo-Pacific, lionfish have invaded the Atlantic and Caribbean, where they have no natural predators. They eat everything, juvenile fish, shrimp, anything that fits in their mouth. And they eat a lot. Their long, venomous spines aren't just for show. They deliver a painful sting that can cause swelling, nausea, even paralysis. Not deadly to humans, but definitely not fun. And the worst part? They reproduce like crazy. A single female can release up to 2 million eggs per year. That's not a fish, that's a factory. Beautiful? Absolutely. But in the wrong ecosystem, the lionfish is less majestic lion, and more invasive tank. Gibbons aren't monkeys that just swing, they fly through the forest. These small apes live high in the treetops of Southeast Asia, and they've mastered a movement called brachiation, basically, arm-powered flight. With arms longer than their legs and shoulder joints built like a gymnast's dream, gibbons can swing at speeds over 50 kilometers per hour, soaring up to 15 meters in a single leap. They barely touch the ground. Why would they? The forest canopy is their freeway. And when they're not swinging, they're singing. Gibbons form monogamous pairs and defend their territory with duets, loud, echoing songs that can carry for kilometers. So next time you think of apes, don't just picture gorillas. Remember the gibbon, the high-flying, high-singing acrobat of the rainforest.
Jumping spiders may be tiny, but they're powerhouse hunters. Unlike most spiders, they don't rely on webs to catch prey. Instead, they stalk their target, calculate the jump, and launch themselves with incredible precision. Some species can jump up to 50 times their body length. That's like a human jumping over a skyscraper. And they don't use muscles to do it. They use hydraulic pressure to propel themselves. Their big eyes give them excellent depth perception and color vision, allowing them to hunt and even impress mates with little dances. So next time you see one of these tiny acrobats, don't squish it. Squish. Appreciate the jump.